there's the technical side, like the right product at the right market, understanding the
Hmm.
right costing structure, manufacturing, all of that. Then there's like the mental side of it, and that is as important, if not more important. So the question is, hey, John, during those tough times, like when Cruz only had $1,000 in the bank, how did you stay focused rather than freak out, spend all your time concocting exit strategies and alternative career paths? And I know, like, working with you going back 4 years, like, we never talked about an exit strategy. There's never like career plans, but how did you keep that all together?
Man, that's a really good question. I think, the core of it's definitely support. I think, either it's a good co-founder, it's, family, it's friends, finding that network of support a lot of times outside of the business, I think is going to be really what you need. For me personally, I think a lot of it came down to, as I said, this is something that I really, really saw as a unique opportunity in my life. And if I wasn't going to go till my wits end and see this to the absolute last breath, then I wouldn't have done it from the beginning. And I think that's kind of something you really have to be honest with yourself before you even start a journey like this is, are you willing to take this to the very, very end of its life, be good or bad? And that if you're working on exit strategies before that point, you've answered that question. And I think when my biggest struggles was, the nights where we're baking stuff over a steel barbecue or something. I've just worked 8 hours delivering pizzas. I come home, my 6-month-old daughter's screaming her head off, and I'm just exhausted. And really, it's having outlets that allow you to really clear your mind and really allow you to reconnect with that core, you know, personal spirit, vision, drive that helped you and really put you on this path to begin with. And that for me was the ocean. And so I don't get back to the ocean as much as I'd love to. But in the early days, it was critical. You have certain mediums and you have certain, energies. I think that if you can identify those and tap into those, they really allow you to regenerate yourself in a way to keep driving. Because at the end of the day, if as a CEO you're feeling you can't bring your best, it's going to be really hard for your team to want to do that. And I think that's where it starts at the top, and having good support, having good, outlets to regenerate and really step away, I think is key. And that's why, co-founder or founder burnout is a real thing. And having that separation, even at the early days, can be really daunting because, how do I step away? If I step away from a day, it's all going to crumble. It's not. And a lot of times that's going to be way more beneficial for you and your team.